Friends, do you like MaxPax versus Byun? I like MaxPax versus Byun. This is the round of 8 of EPT NA 126. It's a banger of a series. But before we get too far into that, reminder, I upload one video on YouTube in 4K every other day of the week, and more as I find the time. I'll be trying to do some Frost Giant coverage as that happens pretty damn soon, or by the time you're watching this, the announcement's already happened. So be on the lookout for that one. And also, I stream on Twitch every Monday, EPT North America, every Tuesday, 7 p.m. Eastern, with the Bail Bash, a best of 7, best of 9 show match, and then every Friday, Saturday, Sunday, WTL at a more foreign-friendly time at 7 p.m. Eastern, and then, of course, EPT Korea, 11 p.m. Eastern every Saturday night. So, folks, be on the lookout for that, and enjoy MaxPax Beyond. Some of that tasty PVT. In the upper right now, in the red, his name, the Danish sensation, is MaxPax. His opponent at the bottom left, the former world champion, one of the best Terrans, still playing for the Shopify Rebellion. Folks, put your hands together. He's Byun. And this, I think this matchup is really interesting for several reasons. I think the first one we got to talk about is MaxPax is a god of comebacks in this matchup. He dies and then he doesn't die, which is, it's weird. Like he'll take damage, but he's almost like he's good at taking damage. So he just kind of survives, and then he takes it to the mid game, he takes it to the late game, and then, well, he looks really good. Whereas Byun is just, Byun is one of these players, he pushed the 3 racks build forward when everyone was saying it's pretty terrible, and then he started winning with it and finding ways out of it and turning it into less of a you win or you lose type of style. And now that is a build that almost characterizes Byun's TVP. He doesn't do it as much anymore. He's more flexible in his gameplay. But, so I guess the story we're looking at in this series is, does MaxPax take enough damage, or take little enough damage that he survives in the mid game? Or is Byun able to shove his way through? That's not to say Byun's bad at the late game or MaxPax is terrible at the early game, but it feels like he's more gimmicky in the early game. You know, MaxPax builds, early pressure, things like that. So we're gonna have to see what exactly he goes for in this game. Right now he's got a probe, but it's an interesting position for it, but I don't see a pylon going down. It's just a scouting probe looking maybe for a rescout. Reaper tries to find its way into the main base here, and it's not going to find a whole hell of a lot. It's going to say, okay, that's a wall, that's Twilight, that's good. I do know it's not Stargate, I do know it's Twilight. It's the Reaper. Ooh, MaxPax, I didn't even see what he was doing at first. That is freaking beautiful. He body blocked the Reaper with one probe that he mineral walked through, and then the spawning stalker. That was actually sexy as hell. That was so cool. We also, of course, need to point out that Byun, aware of MaxPax's reputation for shenanigans in the early game, he's just built his command center on the high ground. We do see this adept fall, good positioning there from Byun. Now MaxPax is going to try to kill it, trade 1 for 1 there, and if he gets it, he's going to be decently happy. But a second Widowmine will arrive, one more shot. Stalker just runs right on by. Widowmine falls, and now this Marine, the Stalker actually should be able to kill 3 Marines, but he has a limited theater of engagement, so he can't run back. The Widowmine's just going to kill him. In fact, he looks like MaxPax he's going to give this up. I thought we might see a recall, but it's only 1 Stalker. But even still, MaxPax giving away a little bit more. Just a little bit more than he would have liked in this game. Also, folks, kind of funny. Hey, 2K Tiddler. Okay, we're dropping the main base here from Byun. It's got the Widowmine from earlier that did such a good job keeping this, really guaranteeing that the Stalker died. So now with these 6 Marines with the Widowmine, he's going to find his way in. Trying to get a big Widowmine shot. If he gets a Stalker, that's going to be really nice. But even for now, it's just doing a good job zoning, as now the probe's going to get pulled away. Widowmine still has not yet been triggered. 6 workers have fallen. Widowmine, oh, good blink there. MaxPax blink complete in time. So the medevac will fall, but a Stalker dies on the backside because the Stalker does not have a defensive blink after it used it offensively. Second one will be okay, though. But still 6 probes have died. It's okay. I mean, MaxPax still has a worker lead. But that's still good early damage. That's still a game state that Byun is going to be very happy with. But this is what we were talking about. Byun is very good at finding value in the early game. It is all down to how MaxPax is able to recover once he takes the damage. Does he bend and break? Or does he break off the damage? Or does he bend and snap back? Right spasm, that was really cool. that body blocking, sometimes we see something really cool like that, but I don't think I've seen it like that before. In fact, the SimCity felt like it was almost designed to do that. But certainly, I think maybe I've seen it once or twice, but we don't see it all that often. As now MaxPax, with his blink done, looking to put a bit of pressure on the map. And by the way, folks, behind this is not into quick robo, this is not Stargate play. This is very much a game of MaxPax. He's going to get a lot of gateways. He's going to stay on 4 gas. Actually, maybe even 3. You know, he's going to stay on 3 gas. He's going to go, and the Raven goes on the other side. Gets 4 more workers. Count them. That is now 10 workers going down here. Luckily, the worker damage for the most part, though, is in the mid game. Once MaxPax is already on 55 plus workers, less impactful. But he's just going to build a lot of zealots. He's going to get a lot of gateways, a lot of zealots, play Mr. Gateway Man, and wait for Byun to push into him. Byun, of course, he's setting himself up theoretically for that 311 730 timing, but his third base is much faster than that standard build. So he understands kind of the game state of where he is. He dropped his third before he added barracks 4 and 5, and this means that while his pressure will be scary and tanks are really powerful, it's not quite as much of a problem because his third base is faster. He doesn't have to get as much damage done with this push. He wants to, and he will still move out. But we will notice his army supply will not be 25-ish supply higher. It'll be close to 15, 10. And he will have that third base done by the time he looks to move out, or roughly around that time, instead of starting when he looks to move out. So big difference there in timings. Big difference there for allowing Byun to find his way into the mid-game faster. Or just to have more fluidity in the map. Again, his requirements on what he has to do are less. And couple that with the 10 workers that Byun has killed already, we consider that absolutely wonderful for our Korean Terran. But now here comes the push of Byun. MaxPax, he's got a Warp Prism getting ready. I think, yeah, that's a Warp Prism. Getting ready to find his way into the main base of Byun here with charge lots. The question we ask ourselves is whether he warps in or it's just going to be the 4. Regardless, it's going to put a B in Byun's bonnet to be sure, as we have more, actually, defensive Archon morphing in. A +1 melee just about done. Gateways are all complete here. 4th base is now on the way, and MaxPax setting himself up for a really nice surround. He's got all the Stalkers on the backside, the Zealots and Archons on the front side here. And the question now we ask ourselves is whether Byun is going to be ready for it. The tanks have already sieged up in a really nice spot. More Zealots, they warp in. But actually the Stalkers here of MaxPax not really going for it, and this, oh man, this is not a position that Byun fight or that MaxPax fights into easily. A couple Zealots get on top of the tanks, but all the Zealots, they are just shattering in the breeze or in the might of just all the bolter fire. And now here we go, the bio again stimming in. Zealots getting on top of things, Medevac's boosting backwards now. Stop Stalkers, they blink on top of the tanks. The Archon is dead though. Tanks are still not done. Byun taking a beautiful fight here. And yeah, the tanks fall at the end of the day, but the bio swings life away. And so unreal. MaxPax, he did not win that fight. Byun did such a fantastic job. He gets a little bit counter damage on the other side. He kills 4 SCVs, and he forces MaxPax or Byun's rally to not continue. Oh, that was a fantastic fight for Byun. Of course, MaxPax, he's not too unhappy because he does have that 4th base. He's still up a couple workers, but that could have been worse. That could have been much better. Certainly could have been better for MaxPax. By the way, Lazu, 16, thanks so much for the follow. Welcome, welcome. Glad you're here. We enjoy... This is only the round of 8, folks. There are still 2 plus more series available to us. Which is bonkers. Because MaxPax Byun is far better than round of 8 material, but it's what we get in this game. Storm is now complete, but there we go. Okay, good feedback on the Raven. Knocks it down. No armor shredder missile in this game. And now we're going to see Storm drop, but it's on a bunch of Marauders, which don't really care all that much. You need more. So now Bio of Byun stimming in. We're going to see the Immortal fall here. Shield battery overcharged, and that it's dead. And now the Marauders going forward, trying to get on top of these High Templar, but the Storms, Byun has a fantastic 3-split. Oh, Widowmine on top of the meta, on top of the Warp Prism, but not going to kill it. Not just yet. MaxPax, again, he holds, but now he's down triple the army supply. Now all of his storms have been used. Now Byun adding in the EMP upgrade, adding in enhanced shockwaves. His ghosts are going to be so much better. And notice he's added in a couple Vikings. These Vikings are not for Colossus. Colossus are not on the field, but he understands that the strength of MaxPax's army right now really is in this Warp Prism that has, oh, well, actually, the Warp Prism's dead now. Not even used defensively. That technically has storms inside of it. So by getting these 2 Vikings, he has been able to go and just really prevent the storm drops. Means that if the storms want to get land, they either have to be really tricky with their flanks, or they just have to run forward where Byun has an opportunity to EMP them or snipe them down. So Byun, he's got 2-1 on the way. He's adding +1 for his Vikings, because eventually we're going to see him probably go into Liberators, but certainly 2-1 for the air, or +1 for the air right now. Scanning everywhere, he wants to make sure he knows where the High Templar are. And MaxPax doing a very good job here, just keeping a couple Zealots on the map defensively or offensively, and that offense is his defense as Byun rotates over onto the right side. Again, he's up 20 army supply, but if the storms are good, that can evaporate pretty damn quickly. Zealots running forward. The storm number 1, it just gets, actually it's storming here, the Zealots, and maybe a couple Widowmines, but it's not really what MaxPax is looking for. Zealots on the other side looks like they will, they're at least delaying the 4th base. We're going to have to see if that does force a cancel. Looks like it should not, as SCV is going to get pulled to repair, and that's going to be a good job. But now MaxPax taking the opportunity to take a fight here. Where are our storms? That's what we need. Again, it's going to whiff. We need to see it take an interesting angle, go in for a flank. But folks, we got to remember, the Vikings are a problem. They are such a problem. Just the 2 of them there, it means that these good flanks that MaxPax is looking for, he can't find. Means he cannot really get them. So MaxPax, he has his 5 bases now. He's done a fantastic job of defending while really not being the best army supply spot. I mean, he's down army supply. He's actually down 5,000 resources lost. But he has his 5th base. He's been mining more, or at least equivalently with Byun this entire game. As Robo Bay gets added, I want to see a second Robo, actually. At this point, if you're on 5 Nexus, if you're on 8, well, you're on 7 gas, 6 gas. If you're on 6 gas, you should be able to afford double Robo, and MaxPax is going to want that transition. But now here we go, taking a fight here. Stocks blink forward. Oh, those are the storms, or at least the first one here. But is there a blink to knock down the Medivacs? Looks like that answer is no. But for the first time in this game, MaxPax actually, he takes a pretty damn good fight. So he's going to find the planetary before it is a planetary. But EMPs, they blanket the army. Now Vikings running on forward. Storms just to zone out the army. Now we see the Warp Prism go down. But a Viking falls as well. MaxPax does not break the base, but on the other side, 6 SCVs that fall in. Good Zealot run by. He's actually going to get the Ghost Academy here if nothing is done for Byun. And Ghost, by far the most important component of this late game. The Ghost Academy falls. Byun will remake it. But that means for now, MaxPax, he will be able to, well, actually for Byun, there will be no Ghosts on the field anymore. He's not going to be able to generate energy in a lot of them. And MaxPax starting to build a bit of a tempo idea. And he did add that second Robo. Okay, good. 2 Colossus on the way, extended thermal lance as well. 2-2. Byun, kind of doing that Byun thing. He has 2 eBay, but he doesn't feel like he's rich enough, so he does not add 3-2. He does not even add +2 armor, but those storms are going to whiff. So Byun fighting back once again, but that storm is a lot nicer. Unluckily, though, this is not all of MaxPax's army, so he can't really take the fight. Archons are starting to pop because EMPs are just so damn good. But, again, Byun at this point, he has a significant, he's got a 50 army supply lead, but it feels so hard to attack into these statically defended positions. MaxPax is expanding again. He's getting his 6th base when Byun is only on 4. And it's one of those games, this game, it feels like MaxPax is taking ideas from Hero PvZ. Right, this idea of you stay on low tech, you keep pressure, but you just expand everywhere. And I know that's maybe not quite fair. We have seen these Mats expand low tech styles against Terran before. But MaxPax, he just took down Serral. Yeah, he killed Serral with the with it Byun Silent. I cast him versus Sue the other day, and MaxPax's take on the PvZ style says you go and you mass expand even further. You stay on low tech harder, but you max expand even further. So interesting to see that happening in this matchup as well. Now Byun looking to stim on in. Zealot's getting on top of the army. EMPs though are nice for now, but the Viking count's really not all that high. It's only 3, which means these Colossus can do a lot. Storms, no good EMPs. So it looks like Byun's gonna be able to take this fight on the left. MaxPax doing a little bit better on the fight on the right. These 3 Colossus really just unmanageable, unmitigatable on the right. So Byun, he takes one fight, he kind of draws even / loses one fight, but he will find his way on top of this 6th base of MaxPax now, and MaxPax doesn't really seem like he has what it takes to defend. He's gonna drop another pylon though, and where is he rotating over to defend? Actually, the cannons do a pretty good job, and they kill. I always underestimate how much damage cannons do in the late game. Like, I play Zerg, you know. I have died to my fair number of cannon rushes. I understand just how much damage they do in the early game, but it feels like once you're heavy on upgrades, and it feels like they should just not be as good. And then you realize they're actually really good. But anyways, now Byun rotating his entire army to the left side. Byun is starting to realize that, or MaxPax starting to realize this, but it's going to take a while for him to bring all these Colossus over. So this is going to be a dead base right now. Not a lot that Byun or MaxPax can do to defend it. But if he's going to be able to take a fight on the backside, maybe chase down some of this army as Byun looks to escape, maybe that's going to be worthwhile, because 13 probes have died. Byun is really just making it hard here for MaxPax to take the fight. It's just a couple Marauders, but a couple Marauders do fight pretty damn well against the Stalkers here. But okay, now MaxPax has shifted most of his army over. He has these Colossus here. Not a lot of Stalkers, actually, so nothing to really deal with the Viking play. Meanwhile, DT's Zealots are going to deny the 5th base of Byun, so MaxPax maintains his 1 base lead. Okay. Calm down. Byun backs up. MaxPax backs up. 3-3 on the way now for MaxPax, adding in disruptors. And I very much, actually a big fight here. EMPs are going to break down. Good split. Byun he oversplit on that one, but he kind of realized that it's one of those, big disruptor shot. Byun, he's got to be careful. He does take a couple more shots there. Now Vikings on where the Stalkers are, so the Stalkers got to blink back, but they do kill off one Viking in time. Shield battery recharge pop, but even still, Byun now stimming in. He thinks this is his time. He thinks that this is opportunity. The Vikings are just not going down. Disruptor shot, gonna go forward. Byun, does he have the split? No, he does not, but he thinks it does not matter. He thinks he has enough. Anyways, Zealots running on in. The entire army of Byun is so damn low, but as the Vikings land, Byun doubling the army supply. MaxPax has held on for so, gosh, darn long, but Byun, his supply is absolutely dwarfing MaxPax at this point. But on the other side of the map, we got to pay attention here. Yes, MaxPax will lose this base, but DT's Zealots, they've killed 25 workers. They've killed off a base, a planetary of Byun, so it's maybe not as bad as it looks like at first blush, so long as MaxPax is able to survive. That's the question, because right now his army is absolutely in the drain. He's mining a lot more, but he has no bank. But it looks like Byun will be forced back. He looks like he does not feel comfortable taking the fight right now. He doesn't quite know what MaxPax has up the docket. So, where are we at? Income, MaxPax around 1,800. Not a lot of minerals, but certainly double almost. Maybe even more than double what Byun is mining. MaxPax is going to lose this base on the north side once again. But the question I ask myself as well is how, really the important thing is how much scan energy does Byun have right now, because we know he will be muling hard to make up for that economic disadvantage that he has faced. And that's when DT started to become intensely problematic. And I don't think we have that many ghosts. We just don't have any ghosts. So there we go. Scan gets dropped. We see the missile turret fall. DT's running away, looking to try to blink out. But they say, okay, it's not going to work out here. Second scan gets dropped. DT's going to be able to blink out, though. And that's the third scan. 750 minerals right there when Byun's only on 39 workers. Yeah, you kill 4 DTs, and that's expensive. Oh, wait, actually, this is a problem, though, because he's going to find the robo that has the disruptors. MaxPax wholly out of position, and he really just has Zealot, a couple DTs, but are there any scans available? Zealot's trying to get on top. There we go. That's the scan, so the DTs will fall. The last hope of MaxPax in this game. It's dead. It's gone. Byun, he takes game 1, but man, MaxPax made him work for it. In the upper right now, in the red, he's down 1. But he's made comebacks happen before. Psistorm, MaxPax. And his opponent in the bottom left, in the blue, up 1. Finding advantages early and just never really letting go of them. He is Byun. And they forgot to put game art on this game. Unfortunate, but Byun is He's gearing up for some pressure this game, too. He wants to do something a little bit fancy. I don't know exactly what it's going to be just yet. I mean, quick factory, quick starport. I don't know exactly what variant he's going to go for just yet, but by adding that second gas before anything else, he's going to get a much quicker factory. He's going to get a much quicker starport. This could be for cloaked Widowmine drops. This could be for Hellion drops. This could be for a lot of different things. I'm excited to see what Byun has in store for us, because I think he's realized, as much as I was talking about in the cast earlier, that... Okay, there's the factory going down right as MaxPax leaves the base. I believe MaxPax did see double gas, though. Let me check that. Okay, so we saw the second gas, which is kind of a tell by itself. No hectic, I just have a 3090. I have a 3090 and a 5800. And it means I take like slight FPS. I drop like 0.5% of my frames when I'm actively recording to Twitch. But I feel like that's a fair... I feel like that is a fair exchange, because it really... I don't even know how much you all notice it all that much. But okay, Stargate opener for MaxPax here. I really like that. Against all of these tech-heavy openings that Byun could be going for, getting a Stargate shuts down them all. Now, if it was a 3-Max, sure, okay, fine. Stargate opening is a lot scarier, but Hellion drops, Widowmine drops. Cloaked Widowmines are a little bit more problematic because you do need detection, and it's a little awkward, but you can get oracles out, and you can deal with it well enough. And if you're on top of things, you can just lift all the Widowmines as they go in, and then it doesn't matter. Regardless, it handles most of those. Not all, but most. So it is a solid defensive opening, and of course, Stargate's just good on this map anyways. You have a lot more dead airspace, you can catch drops, and if you're MaxPax and you're just saying, I feel confident in my ability to win in the late game, and MaxPax, he came back. Not all the way back, but he came back some of the way in the mid game, in the early late game on 2K. Then you're just going to do whatever you can to put yourself into that spot. But okay, Byun, second barracks on the way now, going for like a 2-1-1. Which is actually a really good response against what MaxPax is doing. If this is the build I think it's going to be, we're going to see like a 6-minute stim off this 2-1-1. Oh, a quick third. Ew, interesting. I don't know. This is new. Or I'm sure I've seen it before, but it's not. It's rare enough that it is, that I find it rather interesting. So third barracks going to go down. We should see Tech Labs soon enough here. More Marines are on the way. Cyclone just scouting around looking for really the Stargate unit that whatever MaxPax chooses to make, because Byun did scout that, okay, there's a Stargate there. Means that maybe there's a chance for an Oracle, at which point you do want to knock that Oracle down. And even if you just zone out the Phoenix, that's going to be nice. There's these two Cyclones here on the map, but High Ground Vision says no. But Byun actually, this is something that we've seen, I want to say Byun do before. I cast a game like this recently, and I can't remember whether it was Byun or another Terran, but this Cyclone, you rally Marines across, you try to find value, you try to knock down as much defenses of MaxPax as possible, so then when your stim is done at about a minute's time, so 5:30 time and not a 6 minute, I'm sorry, it was 30 seconds early, there's just not enough to defend. So MaxPax moving his stalkers on the other side of the map, trying to knock down reinforcements. What just died right there? It was just a probe, okay. But MaxPax on the other side, he's going to find these Marines rallying across. He's going to kill these off really quickly. Although he actually chooses to lift all three instead of maybe taking some damage, which means that they die a little slower. But even still, he knocks these down. There are 5 Phoenix on the map right now. Byun still looking for something, but the Stalkers are out just a little bit. Cyclone's good lock-ons, but the Stalkers will be able to retreat. Got to be careful with that Phoenix. Okay, MaxPax is going to be okay with that one. And he's just going to play defensively on this. RoboBay coming down. He's already adding in Immortals. He understands what the gameplay state, what the idea that Byun is going for at this point. The Phoenix, they're just looking for any and all defense, or any and all pickups, takedowns of this push here from Byun. So one Phoenix will fall. The second one, I feel like it's honestly more worth it to just let the one Phoenix that was already low go down. Instead, he traded 2. But I understand the desire to go pick that up. But a third Phoenix is going to fall. No, okay, just barely running out of vision. But MaxPax, he continues his Phoenix production. And now he's on the other side. But missile turrets are going to be able to force that back for right now. So Phoenix, they're knocking down Marines, which, of course, you kill anything in the game right now. Super useful. Especially just considering MaxPax is keeping Byun back. He's not allowing him to be on the other side of the map. Not really allowing him to put the pressure that he's looking for. which anytime that MaxPax buys is incredible here because, well, we have one Immortal out. Colossus now in actually just about done. Extend Thermal Lance done eventually. And the longer this goes, I mean, it's just medevacs are just barely popping out. Well, okay, we have 2 out on the map right now, actually. But when it's pretty much pure Marine, and because these medevacs are not going to last all that long with a Phoenix out on the map like this, when it's pretty much just pure Marine, these Colossus are just so powerful, especially as they hold the high ground. As Byun will struggle to find his way up, and with this Sentry as well, it takes 2 force fields to wall off that spot if they're placed properly. So you wall off half the Marines, you kill them off with a couple Colossus, a couple an Immortal, some other random units, and then this push just doesn't really work out. So Byun on the right side, he's going to try to maybe find something, but the Phoenix is going to be able to react to this one pretty quickly. And this drop from Byun, if it is a drop, if he decides to go in, he's not going to get anything done. And it's not like if this is 16 Marines from Byun on the right side, it's not like MaxPax needs these Phoenix now for the hold, because Byun has segmented off, 20 of his army supply off to the right side, which means the push on the left is just not going to be nearly as powerful. At MaxPax, he's just done a great job. He's done a great job buying time. 2 Colossus are out on the map. He's going to have his 3rd one soon. Continuously buying Phoenix. He's going up to 7 after losing 3. And Extend Thermal Lance done in a second, +1. Byun is now taking his 3rd base because he's realizing that he can't really break in here because this is Glittering Ashes, and it is imagine going up that ramp. This map does not end really prior to 15 minutes. It is just so hard to break an opponent that's trickling on 3 or 4 bases. Phoenix taking a little bit of value here. Byun, he's really just trying to kill Phoenix. Maybe hope that they are not on hold position or something. But Byun now looking to move forward just a little bit, but Extend Thermal Lance is a wonderful, wonderful thing. Certainly these pylons are going down, and now that Byun's going to find a Stargate, this becomes a little more complicated. It will force MaxPax to react just a little bit. He doesn't want to lose the Cybercore, does not want to lose the Stargate. 1 Phoenix will fall, but Medevac almost dies as well. Stargate's dead anyways. There's an argument to be made that the Byun or the MaxPax is kind of done with building Stargate units at this point. He has enough Phoenix. But we do still see Stargate players. They'll go up to 10, 11 Phoenix if you play like the stat style, and we get stats back for military pretty soon, I think, like within the next year. That has me pretty excited because I mean, Classic didn't have the best return. Hopefully, we'll see him maybe find another team and maybe be able to do better. I don't know. This is not a dig at Alpha X, by the way, just so we're clear. Maybe he finds a team that suits him better. I don't know. I don't know what prevented him from coming back as strong as Hero did, but because he's had flashes of brilliance. He's looked good at times, but just not quite good enough. I mean, not qualifying for GSL Season 2 is a big problem. But we've had Hero come back and just look like the best Protoss player in the world within just about a year. In fact, I was expecting him to show that form at Katowice, but Ryung kind of killed him. As now we see good force fields there. A couple Marines will fall. MaxPax doing a fantastic job of just tracking where this army is, so he can feel comfortable rotating so much of his army over to where that 4th base position is and kill off a couple Marines. Also, he has 2 Colossus on the left, and that's going to be fine. But I did very much expect to see that form that Hero is showing now in Katowice. Same for Crater, actually. But they both ran into Ryung. Ryung killed them both. And we had that awesome Ryung story instead. So I'm hopeful that we see Stats who... I'm just hopeful that we're going to see Stats have a similar comeback, because we are going to lose Trap, but we're going to lose Zest soon enough, theoretically. I mean, everyone's familiar with the Trap military service meme, but theoretically we will lose Trap soon enough. Or the Zest military service meme. We will theoretically lose both of them. And honestly, I don't know. I think a GSL that has Zest, Trap, Stats, and Hero in it, I think we're going to see a lot of people stop complaining about Protoss being underpowered, especially with the balance changes that have happened recently. But okay, anyway, Phoenix, they're going to find their way in onto this base, but Cyclones lock on, and the Phoenix is going to be forced back. They get an SCV, and that's something. Warp Prism takes a shot to a Widowmine, but not going to go down. MaxPax, though, his 4th base is just about done, and I'd like to point out he's going up to 4 Colossus. He's committing harder to those leggy boys and less to Disruptor play, which is kind of cool. Also, Malik, thanks so much for the follow. I didn't shout you out earlier. Glad you're here. Glad you're enjoying this fantastic MaxPax Byun PvP. It's been a lot of feeling each other out is what it feels like. And of course, MaxPax, by the way, we got to point this out, does not want to lose these Phoenix until Blink is done. Because he does need to be able to deal with the Vikings that will have +1 in just a second. We're only at 6 Vikings for what will be 4 Colossus, and that is a bit of a problem. Now MaxPax kicking off a fight on the left side. This is such a hard position to fight into. EMP, they blanket the army. Phoenix trying to knock down some of the Vikings, but again, EMP is so damn good. That is a scary fight to take for MaxPax, and he backed away pretty quickly, which is what you need to do. It is. We talk about this. I've been talking about this all game, but it is so hard to break your opponent. MaxPax actually finds his way on the high ground now, and it is a lot easier for him to take the fight. But you got to be careful because Byun, he's got a flank coming in from the left and the right here, but 4 Colossus are damn powerful. They're just not enough Vikings here right now. The flanks coming in. Those Zealots are just buffering for the army on the left. MaxPax taking a good fight to start, but now he's got to back up, and the Vikings are starting to shell away. But now Stalkers blink forward, and the army of Byun is all together. It's not a flank anymore, but MaxPax still needs to back up. He doesn't have quite enough on the ground, not enough Stalkers to really deal with this. EMPs on the army once again. It makes it difficult now because, well, the Stalkers, or the Colossus, which are just big Stalkers, let's be real, they're going to lose their shields, and then they're going to be rather squishy, and that's a problem. But more Archons, more Finn. MaxPax trying to break Byun on what is almost a 4-base all. I mean, you don't build Archons unless you want to do something, and when Ghosts are out, Archons are kind of terrible. So I don't know that we want to call it a 4-base all, and he's on 75 workers, but he certainly is committing pretty heavily to this pressure. And every time he runs forward, EMPs blanket the army. Well, the Stalkers blink on top, and they're going to knock a Viking down. He still has these 4 Colossus alive, and he is starting to add disruptors, which, when you add the disruptors in there, it does increase the complexity of things. Actually, Byun is really not positioning well for this. He's rotating over to that harassment point, and that it means that MaxPax can find his way on the high ground. But again, EMPs, the mass stim bio is going to be a problem. But now Byun, he's going to knock down 1 Colossus, 2 Colossus, 3 Colossus. MaxPax losing so much of the supply disruptor shot, not really going to land. And from a position that looked so good for MaxPax, he backed up just a little bit too much, took a really... Sorry about that. It took just a really good fight, and now Byun stimming up on the high ground. MaxPax says, "Let me chase you down." This is a lot of low bio, by the way. We're seeing a lot of orange and red. But Byun will eventually back up. Snipes knocked down, and MaxPax, he's moving to the next level of his composition. But I think instead of going to 4 Colossus and being aggressive as he was, committing to all these Archons, which again are not good units. Certainly not in the long game. I think would have preferred adding 2 Stargates and going to carriers, something like that. But for now, Byun has a 20 army supply lead. He's up a little bit economically too. MaxPax has his 5th base though. Byun only on 4, so that is something. Is now disruptor shot, not going to get a lot. Now we have to watch this because Byun has a habit of overcommitting to try to kill disruptors, and now he's going to try to find his way on the high ground with a little bit of this army. Disruptor shot again. He's going to get a ghost. Every ghost is valuable, of course. Every ghost is worthwhile. But MaxPax is just not really transitioning just yet. Are these DTs running into the 3rd base? Yes, they are. So they're going to kill the 4th. Actually, it's a kill, not a cancel. That is going to be fantastic. There is a disruptor shot on the high ground. Not really getting all that much, but now we're going to see the missile turret go down as well. Blink DT not just done. So actually, the DTs, they just run away. Swing life away. So unreal. Watch out below. Something Wendell. Okay, but MaxPax maybe taking this opportunity again to try to find his way on the high ground, but Byun just has these godly concaves, and he's been fighting with them all game, where MaxPax just really can't fight into it all that well. And as long as he has disruptors, as long as he's on this, I think he's at 5 right now, but once you get to 7, you can just consistently send them out. As long as he just has this decent disruptor count of, I can kind of zone you out kind of constantly, Byun, he's going to be fine. But if he ever sends a lot of them out, Byun's going to look to pounce. But that's going to be a good shot to start here. Again, Byun sectioning off parts of his army to die. He says, we'll sacrifice these. But now Byun, half his army on the left. That's a lot of Marauders. I really do want to see a carrier transition, but that just does not appear to be the way that MaxPax wants to play this game. Because we're sitting at 24 Marauders, 10 Marauders. Oh, big shot there. MaxPax, he's going to blink forward, get a medevac as well, and this may be the timing that he's looking for. The Vikings show up, but who cares about the Vikings? They're not really doing anything. Disrupt shot on the right side doesn't really get much of anything, but a Ghost falls as well. And MaxPax, yeah, he is going to go, and he's going to find his way to the right side, but now Disruptor shot's all out. He has to be careful that Byun doesn't jump on top of him, and he's going to look to do that right now. But again, another shot, another zoning shot, as he tries to take the fight on the right while Byun moves on in with the left. Another big shot here. MaxPax, he's going to get a 3rd, and now he's up 20 army supply, but the reinforcements are not where he needs just yet, but it does not matter. Byun says, I can't take this fight anymore. MaxPax ties it up, and folks, we're going to game 3. in the upper left now in the red. He's tied up in the series off a fantastic mid to late game for Psistorm Gaming, the Danish sensation, MaxPax. His opponent in the upper right in the blue. He took game one, but fell in the second now, trying to take his way, trying to get a date with Forjumi in the semifinals, folks. Put your hands together. He's Byun. And again, going for that higher tempo opening, which is interesting. Double gas is not a standard Terran opener, folks. But we didn't really see it do anything in that last game. Part of it, of course, is the fact that it is Glittering Ashes, and Glittering Ashes is a fantastic map to just not die. And it is a fantastic map for aggressive options to not really work all that well for the most part, although we have seen it work, but just less often. So that meant that Byun, he committed to tech early, and he did get a decently timed third base, but even still, he didn't have the supply spiking when he wanted it against the game state. So MaxPax was able to get up to 3 Colossus quickly. His Phoenix did a great job. Yes, MaxPax did respond. He said thanks. Or he said, oh yeah, sometimes it doesn't make with game heart. And then he also, because he also said it in the wrong chat, then he said, you know, like carrots up. He's like, yeah, thank you. MaxPax is a good guy. He's a sweet kid. And I'm hoping that we at some point will be able to see him on land. I know his birthday is sometime in July. I don't know what day it is. Liquipedia doesn't say. And I imagine it's just for, you know, he's trying to keep his privacy. But, man, imagine we saw MaxPax in Atlanta. I don't think we're going to see him for Valencia. Apparently, he didn't sign up. He hasn't signed up for the open bracket yet. But imagine MaxPax in Atlanta. I mean, I'm going to Atlanta, and I've known MaxPax for a couple years now because we were on Psistorm together, or what was Exxon together. So I would love to see that one. And Wisp of Fates, a will of the wisp here to guide me in my spiritual journey. Thank you so much for joining us in this fantastic best of 3. Okay, MaxPax again, opening Stargate, which again I really do like against this build idea that Byun has been going for. It is MaxPax. He saw the double gas, and he saw the factory. Yeah, he knows what's up. And Byun, he's actually going to get a Reaper in the main base, and that's kind of weird because I guess that's not a full wall on the high ground because I don't think that Reaper came in from the low ground where MaxPax was expecting it to be. So we're going to see how many workers go down. He's gotten 2 right now. That should be the extent of it, but still, 2 workers early, not expected. That's not something that we normally see. That's not something I was expecting. Wow, let's use the word a couple times. That is going to be nice for Byun. Again, just small amounts of damage early. But small amounts of damage early can lead to bigger and bigger and bigger damage. Maybe slowing down the Phoenix count, maybe slowing down the Colossus transition, whatever it is. But for now, Byun, of course, is natural is later because he did open double gas barracks factory into command center. So now his command center is landing right around that 4-minute mark. He's adding in the 2 additional barracks. It's the exact same build from Glittering Ashes. Luckily for him, it is a lot easier for MaxPax or for Byun to get something done on Hardwire than it is on Glittering Ashes. Yes, Hardwire is, I think, actually longer in the rush, but it's not as wide. It doesn't have these incredible ramps and chokes that it's just so hard to push up into. So that is going to favor Byun. Well, not favor Byun, but at least make him a little bit happier. So we can see, there we go. Lifts on the Cyclone, so no lock-ons, but the Phoenix is not going to die. Not going to die anyways. Got very close. And MaxPax. Robo on the way, adding more and more and more Phoenix into the game. He's going to go, I think we're going to see him just do the same thing. Go up to 7-8 Phoenix, ideally not lose 4 in the early game, but he was able to get enough value from them that he didn't really mind all that much. And away we go. Byun onto the other side. MaxPax has not been able to be quite as active with his early game with these Phoenix, really, to prevent Byun from running across. So 13 Marines, 2 Cyclones are going to try to find their way. Now, an Immortal will pop pretty much right as this push from Byun kicks off in earnest. And while it's only 1 pylon, so we got to worry about the shield battery overcharge not really being there, with an Immortal and with the Phoenix 4 lifts on the lock-ons, this is actually not all that easy for Byun to punch into. So Phoenix now active on the map once again, looking for reinforcements. They're not really going to find them. Byun, he's doing a better job. He's just doing a little bit better job of defending his reinforcements. But now, okay, the Phoenix, they're going to find these Marines. They're going to snap them down or not. Or not. They're not going to snap them down. Okay, I thought MaxPax was going to kill that, but now we're going to see Immortals. Hardened Shield gets popped now. Okay, Shield Battery Overcharge is going to make up for the fact that the Immortal is not quite as tanky as it was. A couple Marines do fall, but Byun's able to bring his army together. Once again, a second Immortal out in a second. MaxPax committing to this defense just a little bit more than last game because it's a lot harder to defend. Oh, did he bounce himself? Oh, that's cool. I didn't see that. I guess he bounced himself over. Talking about the Reaper from the early game. But okay, 2 Immortals are out. Colossus on the way now. No Extend Thermal Lance just yet. MaxPax not quite with the money for it. And instead, he would rather spend that on a 3rd base, extra Phoenix. These more defensive tools. Especially because we're not going to have Marauders for a while. But here comes the army of Byun once again. And if MaxPax takes a good fight, this is an absolutely winnable fight for the man. But Byun is going to look for a position where he can siege up, where he can get lock-ons on. Really, the shield battery is the thing, but he's going to stim in right now. Tank now sieging up here. It's going to really make this zone that MaxPax cannot fight into just yet. Okay, but the tank is now sieged. The Bio trying to get on top of the Colossus, but these Marines, well, they're going to be paper to the Colossus. The Cyclone falls. The tank is dead. MaxPax makes this hold happen now, and now Byun has to retreat. He has to back up because at this point, Colossus on the field, Extend Thermal Lance halfway done. He does not have the tech for this to work. So where are we at? No medevacs just yet. In fact, do we have a starport? We do, but no medevacs on the field just yet. Looks like the reactor is going down on it. 3rd base on the way here as well as the Phoenix. You're going to find a lot of these retreating Marines and a free tank. MaxPax, you're going to get the free tank. Do you have the energy for it? Yes, you will. Fantastic. The Marines are nice. The tank even more so because now we only have 1 tank on the map. And critical mass for the Terran is 3. That's when you pretty much 1 or 2 volley down Colossus. That's when it becomes really complicated for the Protoss to take the fight without charge. So MaxPax now he has his 3rd base done. Byun has his 3rd command center done, but not his 3rd base. So we're going to see an orbital have to go down. He's going to float it over. So MaxPax economically pretty far ahead for the last 5 minutes because he's been holding off. I mean, we see where the mule hammers are, but in general, MaxPax is in a wonderful spot. There's a bunch more Marines. They do go down. There's a... Yeah, I think those were just a bunch of dead Marines. It looks like 1 Phoenix has died. I think that died earlier, though. So MaxPax now dominating the map because he held off that push because his Phoenix are still here. And he's going up to 9 Phoenix. We might see that fabled 11 Phoenix count that I was talking about in the last game. But certainly he's going to go up to, what was that, 9? Yeah, he's going up to 9 Phoenix at the very least. But now charge on the way, Templar Archives, adding additional gateways. MaxPax is going to again try to capitalize on this solid defensive win that he's had and trying to turn it into an aggressive one as Byun looks to take the 3rd base, maybe as he takes the 4th, depending on what MaxPax looks to do. And most likely it's going to be for a 4th base position just because charge is not going to be done in time. But for now, Phoenix, they're going to fly on over here. A couple SCVs will fall, making up for all the damage that MaxPax took as the Bio stimmed in. The missile turrets are good, but these are 9 Phoenix, and they don't really care. Good EMP, though, so only 5 SCVs fall. Means they're just out of energy, and in fact, a couple of them are pretty low on HP as well. Another Phoenix, they're just going to fly on out. Looks like nothing really is going to go down. Charge about halfway done. We're adding in Archons and adding in High Templar that will eventually be Archons. And adding Archons when we already have Ghosts on the field, when Enhanced Shockwaves is already halfway, almost done. That does feel a little iffy. But MaxPax was able to make it work last time, just looking for these big timings where he's up 20 supply on Byun right now. Yeah, he's down upgrades, but he's added double forge. That's going to be done ready soon. Hey, Rextor. How's it going? I appreciate the good luck. I appreciate the GL, and I'm having a great time. So I appreciate the luck, and I'm having fun. But okay. Double Forge on the way. Byun, actually, he doesn't have his armory just yet, but he's going to have his 2-2 soon enough. I believe he's on double eBay. Yes, he is. Okay. Because Byun kind of played last game like he was on single eBay, even if he was on double. But armory is now done. Byun turtled up tighter than a snapping turtle in the dead of winter. And it's going to be difficult for MaxPax to break into this with the missile turrets, with his with the Sim City that he's got up here. So what we're going to see MaxPax do now. First of all, he's got his 4th. He's very happy about that. But what we're going to see him look to do is, as he gets his upgrades, he wants to deny the 4th base. He's not going to break 3 all that easily, but there's going to be a timing before Byun is really situated around that 4th base where MaxPax can set up a surround, try to break the army as he tries to defend the 4th base position, and then maybe that's what MaxPax is going to be able to make happen. But of course, he's posturing on the map right now, and he might just try to break the third. I don't know that that is the best move. Byun is really turtled hard here. But with a supply lead can make up for a lot. Maybe time it out with 1-1 finishing up, because he's spending a lot of chronos into that one. It does look like. We got to remember, though, by the way, there are 2 Vikings on the field. +1 air is about halfway done. His one Zealot finds his way in here. And actually, that's going to be distracted Byun. So MaxPax taking this opportunity to pounce EMPs, blanket the army. Feels like deja vu all over again, folks. MaxPax tries to find his way in. Not really succeeding. But what he is doing is he's buying time for himself to just expand across the map. He's got his 4th base done, 5th base on the way. And Byun is actually taking a 4th base position that I did not expect at all. He's going to take the one middle right. And that's a little bit harder for Byun, or for MaxPax to push into. But now Disruptor shots are going to go out here. 1-1 is done, or just about 12 seconds for +1 attack, which is maybe the timing I thought MaxPax was going to try to hit. But what it does mean is Byun is pretty much maxed out now. So it's not quite this thing where MaxPax hits with a significant army supply lead and equal upgrades. It was one or the other, and MaxPax chose to scale into the game just a little bit more. And the problem is, does he know that this base is here? No, he doesn't, but here we go. Fight kicking off, not in earnest, but kicking off at least a little bit. He's posturing, trying to get some Disruptor shots off, maybe. And now MaxPax finds the 4th base. Okay, that's going to be rather nice. We have a decent bio clump, though, defending the planetary as it completes. But now MaxPax says, okay, let me just rotate my entire army right. I'm going to knock down the rocks so I have better ebb and flow between the 2 sides. Now EMP's on top of this. The army of Byun trying to take a fight here, but he's kind of sectioned off by the terrain, so that's not really something that he wants to do. But it does scare MaxPax a little bit. MaxPax has to be very careful where he moves right now, because the surround of Byun is going to be a terrifying thing. But he's going to go try to break the planetary where Byun is out of position. So Zealots, Stalkers, Disruptors, everything on top of the planetary to knock it down. Byun, though, going for base trace in this game, number 3. Now the tank will fall pretty quickly. The planetary dead as well. MaxPax with first movers advantage, with the 4th base of Byun now, or the 4th base of MaxPax is now falling. Remember, okay, Phoenix, you got to be very careful here. Remember, MaxPax has a 5th, so trading a base for a base at this point, MaxPax is very happy with that one, so long as he does not lose another. That's where things start to get scary. But now Byun into this 3rd base. Now we're going to see a robo fall, so no more Disruptors out of this location right now. But Byun, he is on stim and run here. His army is so damn low. Good force field. Zealots flanking in from the other side. Human, or I guess alien force fields to make it so that this army of Byun is not allowed to escape, and it is all getting munched and eaten and devoured. But still, I look at the supply, and my gut about how that fight went said that it looked really good for MaxPax. He took Byun down to 3 bases. He only lost his 4th. He has his 5th. And he killed off so much of that army. But then I look at the supplies, and I look at units lost, and it says, okay, actually, Byun killed a lot of MaxPax's army there. And Byun killed a base, and Byun killed 23 workers, so Byun has a worker lead now. That was not quite as bad for Byun as I thought it was going to be. You know, if you're not going to be in Atlanta, if Atlanta is drivable to you, and if you don't go to Atlanta, I will personally be very sad. Okay, Stalker's playing forward. We're going to get the medevacs down, or just about. So this drop's not going to get much of anything, and Byun's going to be rather sad to find that there is actually, well, no, he knew about it. But DTs, do they have blink? Yes, they do. So there we go. We're going to see the missile turret go down immediately. Oh, the trap has been sprung. So this is expensive. That's going to be 7, 8 DTs. 9 DTs, I think. 8 or 9 DTs there. I don't know whether another DT died elsewhere. But 8 or 9 DTs falling down from that only for missile turret is not exactly what MaxPax wants, but he's still mining more. His economy is still in a fantastic spot. He's only on 74 workers, Byun on 80 SCVs. But now, here comes MaxPax once again. Byun in the more defensible position. Good disruptor shots here right now. Byun is staying a little too long. What he's famous for, certainly in EPT NA, of just thinking he can kill disruptors and not, and losing games because of it. Also famous for sniping disruptors that it doesn't look like he should be able to snipe, and winning games off of it. A la classic Byun in EPT 122 Korea, which, if you're watching this on YouTube, it's on the YouTube. It's further back. If you're watching this on Twitch, it's on my YouTube, youtube.com/BayonWolf. It is the best single game I've ever cast. But anyways, or at least one of the best single games I've ever cast. But now MaxPax trying to find his way into the 3rd base of Byun, and actually he's going to pretty heavily supply block Byun here. That is a lot of eBays, or supply depots, all going down, and now Disruptor's just zoning here. Base is going to be forced off. Not much more than that, I don't think. How many Vikings do we have, actually? We don't. There's Liberators are good against the Disruptors and the Zealots and the lack of Stalkers, sure. But Liberators are actually not all that good. Oh, MaxPax, I thought he was going to blow himself up. Liberators are actually not all that good against Colossus. Because Colossus can take fights outside of Liberator range into where the Bio army is. And start to trade pretty well. But now here comes the army running forward. EMPs blanket the army once again. But a tank falls. We're going to see this 5th base, this attempted 5th base. Actually, not a lot of anti-air for MaxPax right now. So the base will be able to survive. But not thrive. It's going to be forced off. And Byun, doing the Byun thing. He forgot one of his +3 upgrades. I feel like we see this every other game. The last game, I think he had 3-2. This time he's 2-3. As the Liberator is doing that obnoxious thing. Does he have Liberator range? He does. Okay, I was going to say, you know, without Liberator range, I don't think you can do that. But with Liberator range, he's just going to deny the corner mining bases here. So now Zealot's running up forward. A tank falls. And, okay, a couple ghosts here as well. Byun, MaxPax should have killed it off before the EMPs happened, but now Liberators again go down. And MaxPax is trying to play this game without anti-air. It's really weird. Like, he's not building Stalkers. But DTs are going to find their way on top of this planetary. They're going to kill it off. Tank as well. 13 SCVs fall. And this one, even if all the DTs go down, it's a little bit better of a trade. But now, Byun. Oh, Byun is going to find a bunch of Disruptors here. Stimming on top. 1, 2, make it 3, make it 4 here. But Immortals as well. The entire tech of MaxPax's army is going to go down. Well, maybe not the Colossus, but that was expensive. That was, I think, 4 Disruptors and 2 Immortals. And in this game where MaxPax, he's lost another base. He's only on 5 bases. Still up and still mining more than Byun, but he wants to be, he's been trying to take that corner base, that what we call a 6th base now, for quite a while and not been all that successful. Losing 4 Disruptors, 2 Immortals, and really allowing your army to your opponent to get away scot-free is scary. It's not what you want. But okay, so MaxPax on the edge of things. And what we got to worry about, MaxPax, he's playing this game super aggressively because he has to. When we're talking about 9 Liberators, which is what we're talking about right now, if Byun is ever able to run across the map and actually siege up outside and stay between MaxPax's natural and 3rd, MaxPax will not be able to take the fight. There is just too much area denial, too much cascading DPS, and of course with EMPs and +1 air. We don't have +2 air just yet. He's going to be 2-shotting Stalkers. Once you get +2 air, he's going to be 1-shotting Stalkers with EMP. And just eviscerating everything else. So you cannot sit in those liberation zones. You would not make that happen. But he's going to find a Liberator now. Blinking on out. Disruptor zoning. And he's just going to... Oh, he's stuck here. This is a problem. Oh, man. That was so much damage right now. And Byun, he's going to try to capitalize on it before anything is ready in earnest. Byun stimming in on the left here. Liberators on top of the Colossus on the right. But Byun now is going to run forward. It's not much of a concave. And the Colossus is still doing a lot of DPS. But, the EMPs, everything else is falling down. MaxPax's army falling apart here. Byun now looking for another stim, but Disruptor shot on the right side. Oh, what an ambush there. It does not work out, though. Meanwhile, MaxPax on the other side, knocking down 18 SCVs. Byun only on 48 workers, but I don't know that MaxPax can beat this army anymore. He does not have enough Stalkers to deal with the Liberators, and that just means the Liberators, they siege up on the top of the Colossus. They do not give MaxPax room to take the solid straight-up fight that he wants, but Disruptor's shot is actually going to be fairly nice, but not as nice as possible, because Byun does do for the hot pickup. Based on the left side, does go down. Byun still not mining all that much. 1,000 mineral Stalkers blink forward. 1 Liberator goes down. A second one as well. And remember, a Liberator costs as much as a tank. It's expensive. It's hard for Byun to replace right now, even as Byun took those good trades. So only 4 Liberators remain off the 9 that were on the map. MaxPax on a solid 6 bases. He lost his 7th, but he killed Byun's 5th. So, probably okay with that one. And I do appreciate that MaxPax just got a single Phoenix. This may have been actually a Phoenix from earlier. But I think they all died. So, I appreciate that you just got a Phoenix in the late game. And just to deal with this annoying Liberator position on the bottom side. But MaxPax, bit of an F2 movement there, but he's going to be fine now. We got to pull the probes off, though. And now MaxPax looks like he's losing 1 fight on the Zealots on the right, but he's going to be able to maybe take a fight on the left. Good snipes, though. They're going to prevent that from happening. And man, MaxPax Byun just always delivers. I know I said that after game 2. I know I said that after game 1, but I would like to reiterate it because game 3 also is delivered. this is a low-tech army for MaxPax. His supply is good, but he doesn't have a lot of disruptors, and Byun moving on for a flank right now, getting on top of just all of the tech again for MaxPax. And MaxPax not really buffering for it, but a last disruptor shot is going to get a ton here. And now the ghost is starting to fall. Supplies still staying fairly equal. DTs they were impeded, but now they're not. Disruptor shot on the chase is not going to be able to kill anything, but it forces Byun back for the moment. Now MaxPax looking to retake the fight once again. Good scan prevents the DTs from finding the value they're looking for. Meanwhile, 14 workers died, I guess, to Liberators somewhere else. Now the bio stimming in again. The tech of MaxPax down in the ground. I don't think he's a single. He's got one. He's got one joining in, but Stalker's flanking from the other side. This is actually going to be a bit of a problem because the army of Byun is just so low that he's going to be tempted to pick up, but with the Stalkers there, that is not really a thing. The Phoenix added in the late game to deal with the Liberators mean 2 ghosts fall. And now flashing red lights everywhere from Byun. He even has that 5th base. He floated his main base over to take it, but he's not mining from it until right now. So Byun, his income is horrible, but his efficiency in trades, fantastic. This feels almost like a ZVT. Mr. Gateway Man indeed. But Byun, MaxPax just looking for one mistake. He's just looking for one shot, one chance, one opportunity. Knees weak on mom spaghetti, whatever. 10 mile, whatever. But now MaxPax going to find his way in. 10 workers have died. Disruptor not really getting the shot, which is why MaxPax, or why Byun chose to take the fight. But Byun isn't really winning it. And if we see how slowly his income at this point is increasing, it is really showing us the problem. Now, this Liberator on the bottom side, actually not sieged up properly. It wants to cover the entire mineral line. That means the Stalkers will be able to kill it. And DTs on that prospective 5th base have killed off 14 more SCVs. Byun only on 32 workers. Equal army supply. More DTs warp in. MaxPax has actually a really significant gas bank. And this is one of those games where the ghost count decreasing severely. I almost don't hate maybe building some Archons, but it's not necessary. Now Byun stimming on 4, trying to knock down the disruptors. He gets both. So he's a little bit happier in this fight just now, but we're seeing all the medevacs fall. And in the late game, that's kind of the problem. You don't have mass healing anymore. Byun's supply is falling, and we got to remember, 6, 8, 10 of that is in the medevac. So Byun now, he's going to run forward. He says, all of your tech, all of your zealots, the things I'm truly scared of in this fight, they're going to be forced back. So he takes the fight. He takes the second side. At least he forces MaxPax back. But MaxPax mining, again, that's the story a lot more. Byun realizing he cannot sustain his lifestyle. He has too many flat screen TVs. MaxPax a little bit more svelte. He takes the game. He moves on to a date with Forjumi in the semifinals.